Good morning, folks. While many were gawking at the shuttle's sightseeing trip through DC, I just can't help but wonder who these lucky cats were who got to watch from the top of the Capitol building. Did you hear about the pilot who thought Venus was another airplane coming at him? That doesn't happen if Venus looks normal, which it does not. Usually when you hear about some foreign person or institute saying something apocalyptic, they turn out not to exist. Not so here. I vetted this source, and their conclusions regarding seismicity is quite alarming. Speaking of seismicity, a 4.6 in Kenya is slightly less common than a blue moon. These quakes are less rare over here, but this set in the Indian Ocean did catch my attention, along with the 6.2 way down south. In Australia, there is a pretty wide area seeing flash flooding, a bit north, but still in South Wales. Workers became sick after uncovering radioactive waste from an accident back in the 80s. This situation has not been resolved. There is still a severe chance of mass death from a water shortage in Maldives, about 75 miles from the 5.5 earthquake that struck Greece yesterday. Another volcano is on watch. In New Brunswick, Canada, an unusual geological event, multiple moderate quakes, has the residents very concerned, as we all should be. There is a new oil spill, third in 3 days. This one is in Washington State. Down south in Mexico, the Popocatépetl volcano is coughing and spewing and trembling. Stay steady, girl. Lastly, dozens of farmers say that they had a 100% crop loss due to hail in California. You can see the yellow going up on the solar wind speed here. We just came out of a coronal hole stream and the solar wind is becoming active again. You can see it here as well. This could be a tiny CME arriving a bit early, or it could be this little coronal hole which trailed that large one a few days ago. Maybe a combination. Either way, the disturbance is evident, although small. Magnetic resonance built up a pretty good series of variations. The red above the blue here means the ionosphere was working to absorb radiation that got through the magnetosphere, and the ovation prime shows the charged particle bombardment. Watching sunspot development, this region up here is born just hours before this region or regions down here. The Earth footprint is right on the western side of that region as we look here. You can see that both sides of this region have their own beta class with both polarities present. Here's a look at the CME machine turning our way as well. Let's hope this little spazbat has calmed the hell down from yesterday. Here she is moving into an Earth-facing position with a thin filament arcing above these little regions here. On the northwestern limb, a filament erupted yesterday and does appear set to give us a little love tap. It's the third one on the way right now. Here's a quick look at these two little babies born a few hours ago. They actually do present a significant threat right now. Just behind the big, boring, active region on the southeast is a coronal tornado, a little plasma formation that could rip off any time. Remember right now that the moon is making a trip conjoining Uranus and Mercury in a very short amount of time, and it will be moving in for the new moon just a few days after that, and to conjoin Jupiter a day later. That's the news, folks. Solar Watch and Quake Watch continues. Be safe.